Hello, my name is Judith Reeve and welcome to my studio. Today we're going to talk about Denman Ross's set palettes. And we're going to talk specifically about palette number 4, HC, which means it has a hot movement and a cold movement. We're going to focus on one section of the palette. It's called the H4 section, and if you look at the Attentive equations visuals, you'll see where that is. And it's going to be a movement between red-orange rising up to yellow, and then across red-orange rising up to violet, and then a series of neutrals created by the yellow movement and the violet movement. So before we begin, I just want to talk about the colors that I used. The yellow is a yellow that I use quite frequently. It is cad lemon and a little yellow ochre deep in it. The violet mix is the same mix that Robert Henry used, and it's ultramarine plus Mars violet and a little rose madder. So you see the rose madder right here. This is the color in its state before I've added white. And I found that as I add more white, it obviously cools it off, and I have to add a touch of rose madder in there to keep it toward the violet and not too blue. So the way I've laid out the palette is the same format, a triangle of a triad, the yellow, the violet, and the red-orange. And this is the format Denman Ross used. Also, I didn't mention the red-orange. The red-orange is cad red, vermilion, and this yellow added to it. So you can see here is the red-orange pure in its state, and then up this side I've added more and more yellow and created 3 values in its movement up to yellow. I've also created 3 values between the red-orange and the violet in its movement up to violet. And then you'll see at the top of the triangle, the yellow moves to violet, and you can see these beautiful neutrals that are created between those 2 points. So Denman Ross recommended that you mix these pigments first. And this is why. Because now we're going to mix inside this triangle, and it's going to give us very subtle tones that Robert Henry used for flesh colors. Okay? And one little thing I want to mention that Denman Ross recommends is that you don't mix straight across in the palette, but that you try to mix a deeper tone with a lighter tone, or vice versa. Okay? So right now, let's take this red-orange here, like I said, and I'm going to mix it with this tone right here. Okay? Alright, now we get a nice, warm, semi-neutral tone. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm working my way up. I'm going lighter. You can see how subtle these tones are. I could take this violet here and add it to this one. Or I could also add some of this in the lighter area. Okay. Now this one is tending towards green because I haven't added much of the red-orange there. Okay. So now let's work across the top line here. So I can take this deeper tone. Maybe I'll add this one to it. You can see this one has more violet in it. Okay. Use this one, maybe this one. Okay, and we're tending more towards green. We've got a greater concentration of yellow here, as you can see. And this one itself was from up in this area, okay, from this tone. All right. So now let's see. What haven't I mixed yet? Let's try the other direction. Let's try this tone, going from the lighter yellow to a deeper red-orange. Okay. Let's try going down this way. We haven't used this one yet. Let's look at that. That's very warm. Has a higher concentration of the red-orange because now we're down in this triangle area. Okay. Okay, let me see. Which ones didn't I mix? Okay, let's try one of the deeper tones here with one of the greener tones here. Let's look at that, because now we have a lot of green and a lot more red to make that tone. And as I said, this is the warm section of the palette. So you can see how all these tones have a warm element to them. And then we create the neutralization from the violet section of the palette. Okay, so this is just an experiment. This is a way for you to lay out your palette in a triangular format, mixing in the center, keeping your values varied as you mix like a lower value to a lighter value, and also controlling your color temperature, whether you're tending toward the cools, which is in the violet section, or you're tending towards the warms, which is in the red, orange, yellow section. And that's it for today. And thank you very much for coming to my studio.